if you remember at the end of the last video, when I was laying out the troops and throwing 4 initial starting positions, I asked if anybody had any ideas of how they would move the troops, and I had a couple of people replied, giving suggestions as to how to move the troops, and I thought, well, that was really good. And then later on in the evening I thought, well, I wonder if they'd actually like to command the armies. So a lot of you will know, especially in the wargaming fraternity and the modern painting, and now into Engage Railways, is Ringo Simpkins. He's taking charge of the parliamentary forces over there. No, correction, he's not. Taking charge of the... actually, I've done that wrong. It's the Royalist, isn't it? The Royalist he's taking charge of. Brigadier Richard Simpkins will be taking charge of the Royalist regiments. The previous Royalist commander, although successful in 2 battles, has obviously gone off to see the King to be suitably rewarded and knighted and given half of Shropshire or something like that, as they do. Brigadier Richard Simpkins, who lives just outside of a small town known as Manchester, well, it was in the 17th century, has been dragged from his estate, Ringo Towers, and here he is. He was currently working on some sort of futuristic transportation system involving metal rails and something called an ECOS, which he keeps mumbling about, but anyway, he's kindly joined us. So Brigadier Richard Simpkins will be leading the Parliament. He'll be leading the Royalist forces for the King. And also, just back from campaigning in France, is Sir Curtis Brown. He was en route to his home in Shrewsbury. Now, I don't know if that's Shrewsbury in England or Shrewsbury in the United States, but Shrewsbury will do for me. It's in England. He's just come back from campaigning in France. He too is a little bit like Sir Richard. He's very eccentric. He keeps mumbling about Shermans and Tigers and Panzerfausts, obviously picking up the local lingo. But he is now going to try and restore Parliament's pride with actually pulling off a victory. So he'll be joining his troops. So the other commanders have now been removed, and I shall put Brigadier Curtis Brown over there, parliamentary, and Brigadier Richard Simpkins will go over here. Now, both brigadiers issued their orders yesterday. You'll see little bits of paper sticking out. They are their orders, and I'm not going to reveal the orders unless the die roll is successful. And as you remember from the dice, Parliament have the initiative, so Brigadier Brown will be issuing the first orders. All of his troops will be on 12 inches away from him, so he has to roll on the chart. Let's get the chart there. He has to roll in. Oh, both. I'm going to class them both as average, as they haven't fought a battle yet. So they're going to need to get a 3 plus to get the orders through. So we'll start off with the very far end is artillery, and see if his orders do get through. If his orders don't get through, we will consult this table. Yep, that order gets through. So I shall come across and read the order. And the order is for, you can see it, the parliamentary artillery will move 1 move forward. So they will move 1 move forward. Right, for his next throw, we'll take the cavalry 3. Well, that's fine, still passed it. 3 or plus. So, cavalry will get their order. It is. They will, can you see that? They will move forward 1 move and screen the artillery. So far, 100% success rate. Right, now, his right flanking side of his infantry, he's got 2 infantry, one on the right flank, one on the left flank, they stand next to each other. So we'll go for the furthest one away, see if the orders get through. Well, this order failed, so I'm not going to reveal that order to show what they're going to do. I don't want to reveal that to the enemy commander. So now we'll throw for this unit. And that's a 5, so they pass there. That message does get through. And this message is, let me see if it can go there. The left flank foot will go forward 1 move. Okay, I shall leave that there. And he's also given himself an order, which obviously he doesn't have to pass a roll for. Let me see. And his is, he's going to move to the centre. So I'm going to class him as light cavalry, which means he can move 10 inches in that direction towards his troops. So I'll move them and I'll come back to you. Right, that's parliamentary forces moved. Artillery's moved forward 4 inches. The cavalry are moving forward to screen them. That unit didn't get its orders, so we'll see what it's going to do now. And looking at this dice, at this table, we'll see what it throws. It throws a number 3, which is advance a full movement distance. So I shall pull it forward level with the other regiments. I'll get back to you when I've done that. Alright, they now move forward and they're now still line abreast. So now it's Brigadier Simpkins' turn. We'll go for his cavalry first. Oh no, what was that on the left flank like we did with the others? So we'll go for his infantry regiment, see if they pass there, see if they receive their message. No, they don't. So we won't get to see what the message was for them. Okay, now we'll try the cavalry regiment. They do pass, so we can read those orders. And the orders for the cavalry is Royalist cavalry forward 1 move. So I'll do that in a moment. These 2 units he doesn't have to throw for, because obviously he's within 12 inches of them. So underneath him is the order for these 2 units, and the Royalist right flank, that's this one as opposed to the left flank infantry unit. The artillery will move forward, the right flank foot and plus the artillery will move forward 1 move. So all this lot will be moving forward 1 move. So I'll do that and come back to you. That's been done. This unit, the artillery, still limbered, has moved forward 4 inches. The cavalry couldn't go straight forward 8 inches, so they're going around the trees, so they're there. And we need to now throw to see what this regiment, its colonel, is going to decide to do since he didn't receive any orders, and it's a 2. So he will, on a number 2, he will advance half movement distance, so he will move forward 2 inches. So I'll do that and come back to you. So that completes the movement for the first turn. Their orders are still sealed, you're not going to see them, and any other orders that were delivered, because I don't want the other commander knowing what was planned. I do have an outline battle plan for both commanders, but obviously in any battle that's going to change from move to move. So if Brigadiers Brown and Simpkins would like to email me during the course of today and this evening, if they would like to issue fresh orders, I'll show how the troops are again. The Parliaments, they're going still limbered, it's moved forward 4 inches. The cavalry moved forward and are screening them. Both of those orders were given and obeyed. This unit had to act on its own colonel's initiative as it didn't receive its unit, but it moved forward and conformed with this unit that did get its orders. And Brigadier Brown there is heckling across the field to get closer to his troops. But Brigadier Simpkins, this unit didn't receive its orders, so has just moved forward a half move, 2 inches. The cavalry did get its order, but it couldn't go straight ahead through the woods, so it's now circling the woods, coming up towards that wall. These units obviously did get their out orders because the commander's there. So, still limbered, it's moved forward 4 inches, and the foot unit has moved forward 4 inches. And of course, Brigadier Simpkins is with them. So that is how things lie at the moment. If I can give you some distances so you can judge things. You see now, cavalry are about 13 inches apart, and medium cavalry can move 8, just so you can bear that in mind. From that artillery, from the artillery there to this foot regiment is just over 21 inches, so out of range. Remember the maximum range for light cannon, I think I said was 16 inches, wasn't it? I didn't check that. But yeah, 16 inches. And these units are a foot unit there, and this foot unit are just under 20 inches apart. So that gives you some idea of the scale. Brigadier Brown, he's got to gallop to get just to the nearest regiment. He's got another 21 inches to go. And at 10 inches a move, he's going to be 2 moves before he gets, 2 moves before he can start not having to issue orders directly to this first unit. So that's the state of play at the end of turn 1. I'll wait now for orders from the 2 brigadiers before we begin turn 2. It's quite a different way of fighting a battle this. I'm not making any decisions this time. All I'm doing is throwing dice. So, hope you come back, John.